think Texas is just cowboys, rodeos, and endless plains. Wait until you get to know the small towns tucked away in far west Texas. These aren't just tiny dots on a map. They're miniature worlds full of quirky stories, wild landscapes, and unexpected characters. Let's start the journey by exploring the 10 most unique and remote towns in West Texas. First up on the list is a town known for its famous artistic Oasis reputation in Texas. Marfa, located on US Route 90 between Alpine and Van Horn, might be called the exact opposite of what you expect from a small town in the middle of the desert. It's famous as home to world-class contemporary art installations, including works by Donald Judd and the Chinati Foundation. But what makes Marfa even more mysterious are the Marfa lights, strange glowing orbs seen at night that have no confirmed explanation to this day. Some believe they're a natural phenomenon, others say UFOs or maybe spirits of Apache ancestors. This mix of modern art, mystical aura, and minimalist vibes creates an atmosphere where Marfa feels like a strangely beautiful dream that you can step right into. If Marfa feels like an open-air gallery, Terlingua invites you to peek into a past that has not fully died. Terlingua used to be a bustling mercury mining town. Now it's nearly a ghost town. Stone houses are abandoned, old churches stand empty, and desert winds gradually erase traces of humanity. But not every ghost town stays dead forever. In recent decades, artists, adventurers, and loners have breathed new life into Terlingua. Old buildings have been turned into quirky inns, and the legendary Starlight Theater, once a performance venue, is now a restaurant offering dinner with live music and stories. Every year, hundreds gather for the Terlingua Chili Cook-Off, a chili cooking competition that feels more like a wild festival for eccentrics than a serious contest. Life here is tough. Summers can reach 113 degrees Fahrenheit, and water is scarce. Yet somehow Terlingua draws in those tired of the modern world and enchants them with its rugged charm. If Terlingua is the ghost of a past that found new breath, then Alpine is a town that never lost its heartbeat, even tucked away in the mountains. In the heat of West Texas, Alpine feels like a small oasis. Its air is cooler thanks to its higher elevation. The town also serves as the cultural and educational hub of the Big Bend region, largely because of Sul Ross State University, a small school with a big influence. Alpine wears two faces. On one side, it's a vibrant college town filled with cozy cafes, bookstores, and colorful murals scattered across walls. On the other, it's a cowboy town where rodeos happen regularly, and the Stetson hat isn't just an accessory, but a badge of identity. Every summer, the town hosts the Texas Cowboy Poetry Gathering, where old cowboys recite poems about horses, dust storms, and lost love. It's not just nostalgia, it's a celebration of a way of life that's nearly vanished. If you're tired of city lights, Fort Davis offers a perfect escape. This small town is surrounded by silent mountains, boasting some of the darkest, clearest night skies in all of North America. Nestled in the heart of the Davis Mountains, Fort Davis is an unincorporated community. But don't let its size fool you. Here stands the McDonald Observatory, attracting thousands of visitors every year who come literally just to look up at the stars. Yet, Fort Davis isn't just about the sky and stars. It carries a rich military history with the Fort Davis National Historic Site, a fort that once protected trade routes from Apache attacks. Remnants like barracks, officers' quarters, and horse stables still stand. reminding visitors of the harsh 19th century frontier life. From a 19th century town with clear skies, let's head west of Big Bend National Park. Imagine a tiny town in the middle of the desert where the mayor isn't a politician. What do I mean? Lajitas, located at the western tip of Big Bend, near the Mexico border and overlooking the Rio Grande, has one of the most unique stories around. Its mayor is a goat named Clay Henry. This goat is no ordinary animal. He embodies the spirit of Lajitas, a town known for its humor, eccentricity, and downright anti-mainstream vibe. Once a small mining settlement that thrived on copper and silver, Lajitas slowly transformed after the mines closed into a remote luxury resort. Here, you can horseback ride across the desert, play golf with the Chisos Mountains as your backdrop, or simply watch the sun dip behind the gently flowing Rio Grande. Though home to only about 700 people, Lajitas is very much alive. There's a luxury resort, a small private airport, and yes, a mayor goat who sometimes gets a beer from amused tourists. This town is where the desert and humor blend into one quirky attraction. Next up is Van Horn, a small town that not only keeps its feet on the ground, but dreams of touching the sky. Located at the crossroads of Interstate 10 and Highway 90 between El Paso and Marfa, Van Horn used to be just a simple stopover. But with the arrival of Blue Origin, it is transformed into a launchpad for space travel. Jeff Bezos' rockets blast off from the nearby desert, carrying humans beyond Earth's atmosphere. A strange irony for a town that otherwise moves at a slow, steady pace. The people of Van Horn live simple lives. Carpenters, ranchers, restaurant workers, all watching rockets soar overhead before returning to their everyday routines. There's something powerful in this duality. High-tech space innovation colliding with small-town simplicity. In Van Horn, you can enjoy a taco breakfast and then catch a space launch, making it a tiny town with big dreams. From a town that dares to dream, let's drive down Highway 90, about 40 miles east of the Big Bend National Park entrance. On the map, Marathon might just look like a tiny dot in the middle of the Chihuahuan Highlands. But for nature lovers, it's the spiritual gateway to the silence of Big Bend. The town has just one major hotel, the Gage Hotel, a beautiful and elegant Spanish Mission-style building. Across the street, flower gardens and small parks welcome anyone needing a break from a long journey. Marathon doesn't offer noise or crowds. No movie theaters, no malls, just clean desert air, the sounds of the night, and stars shining like they did before electricity was invented. Artists, photographers, and wanderers come here to be alone, find inspiration, or simply refuel their souls. Presidio sits on the edge of the Rio Grande like a cultural gateway that never really closes. This town is a blend of Texas and Mexico, not just geographically, but in the way people laugh, cook, talk, and care for one another. Here, the world feels fluid. Afternoons start with tacos from local food trucks and end with sunsets behind dry hills, while ranchera music plays on Mexican radio stations. Life's challenges here are real: limited economy, extreme temperatures, and long distances from big cities. But the Presidio community endures in its own way, with cooperation, big families, and a strong cross-border spirit. While Presidio lives between two worlds, Dell City is its own world, like a quiet island in a sea of desert. Located in the Salt Flat Valley near Guadalupe Mountains National Park and home to fewer than 400 people, this town is mostly inhabited by silence. But beneath that quiet lies fertile land, producing crops, herbs, and vegetables amid vast salt flats. Water flows down from distant mountains, sustaining scattered small ranches. There's no big supermarket, just a lone general store and a gas station. If you want to experience a night sky free from light pollution and a heart free from city noise, Dell City is the place to be. From the absolute silence of Dell City, we journey back to a small town whose name sounds like it was penned by a poet. Valentine feels like a town straight out of a romance novel. Though it's home to only about 100 residents, thousands of postcards are sent from here every year just to get the unique postmark. Valentine, Texas. Romantic, isn't it? Founded by the railroad on February 14, 1882, the town carries a unique blend of history and visual humor. Outside Valentine's special day, the town is quiet, very quiet. But that's exactly where its charm lies. Valentine reminds us that love doesn't always come from the crowd. That's a glimpse into the small towns of West Texas, where wild landscapes, rich histories, and unique characters come together. Far from the hustle of big cities, these places hold stories just as grand. So next time you find yourself driving the quiet roads of West Texas, don't just pass through. Stop for a while. Who knows? You might discover something you weren't looking for.